We are now 5 wide. Presented by Quick Trip's quality gasoline guarantee. It's just another way Quick Trip has you covered.
Afternoon, ready to roll. Billy, Kuhn, Armen in the building. The gods did not give us a lot of happy to chew over on a Monday, but that's the way it works sometimes, right?
It's a mean league. That's for sure.
It's mean leagues.
Which
or
one?
just sports in general.
Sports is
Talk
mean.
about
basketball.
Wisconsin, all of it. Bucks basketball, all of it. We could just have a really crappy weekend.
Yeah,
This is what it's been like to
there
be
you
a
go.
Chicago fan for a long time, except for the
There you
World
go. Get
Series
that shot
10
in there.
years. Yeah, that's what really when you think about it. I mean, the Bulls have been bad. I mean,
Wait, you're going to get a shot at Chicago sports and we're going to air a Chicago press conference at 10 o'clock? Is that
well,
you know.
we're airing.
Thanks for
it.
the
I
knowledge.
thought we were partially a Chicago station
No.
now.
I thought he was dead to us. Well, people want to hear what he has to say about what he was offered by Matt Arnold. How did it end? I have a feeling he's going to be he's going
Guys,
to
hold on.
gloss over
I
all
think
of it.
Armen's
Bust
getting
that
fired
one.
right now. Hold on. Go ahead.
What's
Oh, snap.
What's happening?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
What is it?
say hello to Red
Tim-
Hot Tim
Timmy's
Scott,
headphones.
our fearless leader and program director, with a special celebration.
First of all, bust my chops for bringing in the Bath and Body Works bag. That's all.
Love their hand
This is
sanitizer.
what I
Yeah.
Great. It's a great bit.
So what is the
What's
occasion?
going on right now?
Today
What is happening?
marks when I was approving something Armen did. It popped up in my workday that today is Armen Sarian's 10th anniversary. There we go.
10 years. Yes.
10 years of your life you will never get back.
And look
You
at
could have
and
gone
look
to
at you
med
now,
school
brother.
and be in practice as we speak. You could have learned Farsi and be working for the State Department and traveling the world. Instead, you're here radio.
10 years ago, we had an opening for a part-time producer,
And now look, full time.
and he was the only one left. Dan O'Donnell walked into my office and said, "You've got to hire this guy."
Yeah.
And we did, and the rest is history.
Yeah, and the rest is
You were
history.
full-time?
I actually
Okay,
think it
all
was.
right.
I appreciate that. It was.
What was I thinking at
That's
that
why
time?
I
What was I thinking?
So you went,
Because I think it
you
was
went from full-time producer to full-time producer.
So in 10
Yeah.
years, 10 years, we decided to get you the things that you love the most, right? So here's a
A
little
jar of pickles.
bingo. There's one.
All right.
Ah.
Nancy
Nailed
Pickles.
it.
All right. We're
Pickles.
busted into that
Thank
at
you.
10 o'clock hour.
Pickles. Keep going. What else you
Why?
got in there?
Oh, high chews.
No,
High
it goes in
chews.
Yes.
When
This is the best.
Bush turned me on to high chews years ago. It
This is
changed my life.
fantastic.
And the trifecta, the last one.
I got a card.
You got
Oh
a
my
card.
God. Please
You got
be a
card
Red
from
Lobster gift card.
Please be an all safeties parlay or
Many
no
thanks to
safeties
you.
parlay
Thanks,
from
guys.
Pile
Thanks.
One.
Thanks to you. It's an Olive Garden gift card.
Oh, yeah,
There you
yeah. We're going right back.
Let's go. Oh, I love Olive Garden. Absolutely. I'm so
Mama, look at what Dad is bringing home. Olive Garden.
This might
Hey,
be me and
make
Laura
sure
this
there's
time.
some value on the card first.
The
Go
card says-
to Olive Garden on your off day and just run it through their scanner.
Yes. Card says you've come
Well,
a long
Armen-
way. Let's keep it rolling for another 10.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tim.
Thank you, Armen, for everything you've
All right. Well, I
Hey,
appreciate
it,
the
it
opportunity.
ain't no paperweight, but not bad.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I do appreciate it from all you guys. Thank you. It's been let me get my cans back on here. We got my headphones back on. It's hard to believe it's been 10 years, actually. And it's been great. It's been really great.
Boys grown up.
It's you know, that's the longest time I've ever had, actually.
Did the card
job?
mention anything about like an increase in pay? Or
What are you talking about? I got my Olive Garden
Oh.
gift card. So I'm good to go.
Okay.
For
How
all
much?
those aspiring to work in radio out there that listen to us every day and say, "Oh, I can't wait to grow up and do that," that's what 10 years gets you: a jar of pickles, a $20 gift card to Olive Garden,
High chews.
and whatever the hell the third thing
And some
was.
high shoes.
High
yeah.
chews.
I'm proud of you, man.
Well,
That's
thank
my
you.
boy
more
right
years.
there.
10
Hey.
more years.
It was my dream always to be in sports broadcasting, and I'm doing it. So I can't really complain about anything else.
Nah, I
what
love
mean?
you,
I,
buddy.
I love that, Armen.
It's
It's
true.
a hell of an accomplishment. It
You
really
know?
is.
And the truth is, you know, I really needed something good to happen to me at the time because, I was at my last station. It was okay, but I needed to take the next step. And this was a chance. And Tim was the guy that took a chance on me. So I appreciate it. And I appreciate being here 10 years. A lot's changed in this building in 10 years, most of which is positive. And I appreciate that.
Which.
And all you guys are part of that.
Nice.
Come on,
What's
man.
what's the least of it?
Nobody works
we
here
used to
anymore.
have more people in the building.
There's no people here.
Now at the station we have more people. We started. It was at 9:20. We were doing our thing at 9:20.
You used to have employees and stuff, man.
right.
I
You
used
got
to
a
get to
staff.
talk to people when I'm not on there.
Yes.
Now I don't.
Yes.
It's really hard.
It was packed with people. Back on the other side of it, mostly Thailand talking about on the other side of the building.
Pre-pandemic. Pandemic really changed the tenor
Yeah.
of the building.
Some things that it makes it hard to believe with 10 years. That was the first year we got the Badgers, and then we had the Final Four runs. So it's been Butch 10 years since the first Final Four run.
Yeah,
Right. This is the 10th anniversary. Or will that be
believe it is. Yes.
based on 14? Yeah. So that'll be
Yeah,
it.
would be.
And
Can we
unbelievable.
Can we have Armen do a little bit of a press conference here?
right, let's do it.
414-799-1973. We want some calls. We
Man,
want
10
some
years.
actual voices,
go,
not
man.
text. So
Thanks, buddy.
if you
Thank
could keep an eye on the phones there, Josh, and
Oh,
just
yeah.
start picking them up one by one. Let's go ahead and have Armen do a little impromptu press conference on this 10-year anniversary of him being at the station.
Two
How
more
much is that,
questions,
Oliver?
guys. I'm just kidding.
Two more. Right, two more. Got to go. Yeah, we got a flight to catch.
Yeah, Billy, can you say where you're from, please?
Bill Schmidt, 97.3 The Game, 9 to noon.
Hey, Billy.
When you first got into radio,
Yeah.
what you aspired to do, has it lived up to the expectations? Because you talked about wanting to do this your whole life. Has it lived up to your expectations?
I think so. I think mostly because I'm doing it in Milwaukee, right? This is my hometown. This is where I was born and raised. And I was coming in radio at a time when it was still sort of, a changing of the guard, right? Mid 2000s, where there was still this thought that you had to, start in a small market somewhere in, Boise, Idaho, or Yakima or something and move up markets. And I was lucky to be able to slide in and start working in Milwaukee and stay here. And this is the only really place I want to be, only place I've ever wanted to work. And it's the only place I'd probably be effective because I care about Milwaukee and Wisconsin sports, right? So that's kind of how I feel about it.
All right, let's go to the
Good
guy,
question,
the
Billy.
redhead in the second row. Sir, what's your name? Where
John
are you from?
Kuhn from 9 to noon. And Armen,
How you
has
doing,
there
John?
been somebody that's been integral in your advancement that you attribute to, helping you grow within the last 10 years?
Within the last 10 years? Yeah, I'd say Red Hot Tim Scott has been the guy that's really,
Oh,
Yeah.
ass kissing.
yeah, that's
After
a-
the boy,
Yep.
now we
Very
know how to
impressive
get
right
on
here.
Armen's good side. Give him an Olive Garden gift card. He'll love you,
You
for
guys-
life.
Well, we already knew that.
you guys have all helped me and
All
all
right.
pushed me in your own way.
These
All,
questions,
each and
sir.
every one of you.
These questions.
And Dan O'Donnell, I appreciate Dan. Yeah, has also helped me
Okay.
throughout the years. Yeah.
I got one here.
Sure.
El Baldo, 97 The Game. What do you feel about those who think you'd be better deployed on game days for the Packers at Lambeau Field, up at the trailer, instead of being locked away in the studio
Good question.
running the board? I'll hang up and listen to your
Great
answer off
question.
here.
Well, I gotta say, I think it's a compliment because the implication is that I'd be good wherever I was, and I guess that means I'm just a quality
Good answer.
employee wherever I am. But I
Okay.
think Zabe, one time you gotta watch me produce one of those games and see what I do back there.
I have no doubt that you do a Cracker Jack.
Hold on, it's up.
Cracker
No,
Jack
you're
job.
not up. It's not a discussion. It's an
No,
innocent.
all right.
You're
You're more than welcome.
Josh,
All right, next
you're
up.
Josh Albrecht from whatever the hell we're calling this morning show now. My question for you is you've had to take part in a lot of pranks over the last 10 years. Is there one that's more memorable than the rest?
Pranks?
Yeah, being a part of things. I don't know. Maybe having to
yeah.
record
Yeah, that's it.
random lines of you saying inappropriate
When we
things.
when we were on
Wearing a bike helmet and producing multiple shows.
I did produce the Belling show with the bike helmet one day because KB told me to, and I was like 2 years in, and I was like, okay. It was kind of a joke we did. I was commit to the bit. Yeah, I think Josh, though. Yeah, one day you had me. You set up the whole game where I'd be saying funny things and dirty words.
Yeah,
right? Like
that
Dick's
was good.
Sporting Goods. Remember that one?
I
Yeah.
do.
So that was a good bit that we had. Pretty much, that was a good one.
All right,
John
John
Kuhn again.
Kuhn, Green
John-
Bay Press Register.
John Kuhn again from 9 to noon.
Yeah.
Armen, is it true that you created the Twitter account Armen Sarian's Nipples to help boost your social media following and enhance your career these last 10 years?
Great
It's
question.
good. It's a good question. I'm glad you asked it because a lot of people, I'm sure, are wondering that. It's absolutely untrue. I have nothing to do with that account. I have absolutely no affiliation with Armen Sarian's Nipples, as I'm often embarrassed by that account. To be honest with you,
Really?
often
You love to mute them and block them if possible.
I don't,
How are your nipples?
I'm not
Are
really
they good?
I'm not really a blocking type of guy, but I don't like that account. Things they say sometimes. My nipples are fine. Yeah, we're doing good.
Good. All right. Let's go to the phones. Let's go to the
And there's
phones.
another drop.
I'm glad. You want to make
Armin's
sure there's no-
Armin's
There we go.
10-year press conference.
Mark
Let's go to the phones. Who do we got?
This is Patrick in West Dallas.
Hey, Patrick.
Armen, congratulations, buddy.
Thank you.
10 years, man. That's a big milestone, brother.
Thank
Hey,
you.
So if over your 10 years, you had like your most memorable listener, like walk into the building because you guys said there's nobody there anymore to talk to. It's lonely. What are you going to talk to him about and who's it going to be?
Great question.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you, Patrick.
A lot of great listeners over
Thank
the
you.
years. We have a lot of great listeners over the years. A lot of guys committed to our station. A lot of guys that love us. The one that's been there all the way is Statman Steve.
That's so true.
Since
Statman.
my first days at 920 and stuff like that. What do I talk to him about? He'll be happy to talk about anything. But if you want to follow him on Twitter, MKE Photo Steve takes great pictures of Milwaukee. So
Sorry, Mark Belling, News Talk 1130
Hey, Mark.
WISN.
good to see you, Mark.
Could you, just to follow up on that one, would you be able to explain to us why your second favorite listener is Ken in the Falls?
Yes. He'd like to believe that, right? He'd like to
People are
believe
talking about it.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ken in the Falls. We love Ken in the Falls, don't we? It's one of those. You gotta have guys like I love
Ken
you,
in the
Ken.
Falls.
You didn't answer the
Ken in
question,
the Falls.
Ken's a dive-bar savant, though.
Ken in the
I'll give
Falls.
Ken
We
that.
love Ken in the Falls. Don't we?
And he's up on in a tree stand somewhere right now, listening,
All right.
going, "I got them riled up. My guys up in Manitowish Waters, they're riled up there. It is amazing." And you tell Timmy Allen that when I get him riled up next year, and it's all good. It's Beer Count Kenny. We're gonna have a great year. Love you guys. That's what he said somewhere.
John Kuhn and 97.3 The Game and 9 to noon. Armen, the next 10 years as you look forward, what's one thing you hope to accomplish and this station you hope to drive the station to?
It's a great question,
Yeah.
man. You know, I don't like to try and look ahead too much, John, because I want to keep my feet where they are, stay on the ground. But you know, there's no doubt we're making our presence known in Wisconsin sports talk, and I just want that to continue. I want us to really be the standard, the benchmark of what sports talk can be for a community, and get on Jason Barrett's #1 list. That's the Barrett's. Yeah, I want to get #1 on Barrett's list. That's right.
Okay.
My personal goal is to continue to be able to do what I love.
All right. Armin, what happened to the
Man,
What-
I did not have a good
what are you
answer.
laughing about that? Why?
Greg,
All right.
Greg on
Armin.
the talking text line. I thought I was your favorite listener, Armin.
Oh, here we go now. Here we go with the
Which-
favorite listeners
which-
going to be
which
butthurt
Greg-
because
Which Greg is that? Napa Greg or Franklin Greg?
Napa,
I think it's Las Vegas.
Vegas,
Reno.
Like,
Yeah.
all the Greg.
Tim's
Bernie
favorite.
Greg.
You're Tim's favorite. Yeah, Zabe, go ahead.
Armin, I just wondered how many
both
tickets.
Hold on.
Will you receive any tickets for Marquette games this year?
I'd like to. If
That's a
anyone
good
wants to send some along down there on Wisconsin and Wells and 12th and Wisconsin, I'm happy to take some tickets. There's no rules against it, I don't think, so I'll do it. So Mr. Kuykendall, Mr. Smart, Coach Smart, anybody down there, I'll do it. Yeah. What's up, Zabe?
El Baldo 97.3 The Game. What about the rumors that the Packer game with Armin watching is going to be making a comeback? Because that was one of my favorite shows.
Yeah,
on the
mic'd
internet.
up with Armin. Yeah.
That might be
Yeah.
one of my
Armin.
greatest memories
Yeah.
that we did that.
What happened to that? And is
That
there a
took off.
comeback in the works? I'll hang
So
up.
basically, what happened to that is we moved on to bigger and better things by becoming the flagship. Right, once we got the Packers rights, became the flagship. Our roles became increased and more prominent and more important,
Can we
which is
put-
a good thing.
Can we put a video camera in the room you're in?
I bet you could do
yes.
that. Not sure
And
it'd
do
be
that while you're producing it.
can't be mic'd up.
Yes.
I can't be mic'd up, but you could put a video
Why?
in there. I have to
Why
be.
not?
I have to be focused on the broadcast. I can't be focused. I have other headphones on talking about. I mean,
You
dual
can
headphones.
scream bloody murder at Josiah DeGuara and hit the brakes on time. Trust me.
you know,
can do
Joe.
both.
Joe would be one guy I would scream about. Let's put it that way. We haven't talked about the game yet, but Josiah DeGuara would be that guy. Yeah.
All right. Kuhn, can you believe that Renegade had not been used as a banger? I was stunned when I found that out.
I'm surprised by that too, especially looking at the list of people that have chosen songs. You would have thought that Styx Renegade would have been high up on those playlists, but hey, you came through with a win today.
And you tell me that it is lit in that stadium, even in the broad daylight for a noon game on a sunny afternoon day.
You know how there's a couple, and I will say this wholeheartedly: college game days in certain stadiums with certain games are the most electric atmospheres you'll ever get for football. We're talking hundreds of thousands of fans, whether it's Happy Valley or the Swamp or Oregon and Alabama, Texas. Some of these places get absolutely nuts, and they have certain things. And the closest thing to that in the NFL is when they pop Styx Renegade on for the biggest drive for their defense in the fourth quarter. And it's something that, when we went in there and played in 2009, it was so incredible. It hyped us up so much. It did so much for us. Oh, shoot. They were doing this when I was playing for the Steelers back in 2005 and 6. So this is a long tradition going.
Is there another NFL team that does one of these? It's not quite a sing-along. It's a
better question is, can the Packers get something for Sunday? Because that's the only way there's going to be some energy.
Times.
We roll out the barrel.
Do you guys remember the lay your hands on me bit that we tried up at Lambeau Field?
I think I do. And the G-Force song, right?
The G-Force.
The G-Force is a good one.
Necessarily catch on.
Yeah, that was.
We tried.
We're attempting with green and yellow.
Yeah,
that's true.
Did you see the Germans? Did you see the Germans sing along to Country Roads?
No, that's pretty
over
awesome.
in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty awesome.
I don't know why the Germans love John Denver so much, but apparently they do. Where would you rate Michigan's Mr. Brightside as a stadium sing-along? Awesome moment.
High.
Pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
All right. What about the intro for Virginia Tech to Enter Sandman?
That is
pretty
awesome.
That
is
all right. What about Five Wide doing Now and Then by the Beatles?
That's
that's an exit.
I think
that's
actually
the exact opposite of what we're talking about here.
Oh.
That is make
Well, how does that sound, Josh?
And cry and go to bed.
Well, it's Armen's favorite song,
go.
and it is his 10-year anniversary.
Thanks.
So we can play this for you.
All right, on the reels, Armen, you're the best, buddy. You are the glue guy that does whatever is needed without complaint.
Well,
funny as hell.
Without complaint is big too, Steve.
My advice to young broadcasters or aspiring radio guys is you have to grind it out that way. You
always say yes.
You have to grind it out that way, and there's really no substitute for it. There's no shortcuts. So if you're producing women's basketball at 2 a.m, that's what I did here. But you got to be like, hey, I'm the only one in the building. This is kind of fun. You got to have that positive look at it,
Mm-hmm.
Take any opportunity you can. No one asked for this advice, but I'm giving it. So there you go.
Radio is like running off.
We're proud of you.
Radio is like running off with the Carney, but with slightly better health insurance.
Yeah.
It's a wild ride.
And you got to get to know people. And you got to love to do it.
And try to run the tilt-a-whirl. That's the best position in the Carney.
I'd vomit on that.
All right. Tag, you're at 9 to noon is next, boys. You're next. Thank you, as always, Butchie and Josh. Good to be back in the saddle. There'll be better days, better Mondays. Today's kind of stinks. Council presser in less than an hour, correct?
Yep, 10 o'clock, hopefully. But, who knows what they're going to be doing there on the north side. So it might be a couple of minutes later in the 10 o'clock segment. But we'll hear from the Cubs new skipper and finally get some closure on this whole situation.
All right. If you guys don't mind, I'm just going to shut up and let this song wash over me, okay?
Smart.
Let us all do that right now as we hand it off to 9 to noon.
I know.